Now, there's a suggestion this morning we should stop putting best before dates on ready-made food to cut the amount of waste we produce.
These are the dates you get on tinned and frozen foods, which keep for a long time. They're not to be confused with use-by dates or things like fish or meat, which could give you food poisoning if they go off.
So we're talking more about this in just a moment. First, here's what some of you told us about out-of-date food.
Yeah, as long as it hasn't got mould on it, and that's it.
I won't eat it if it's gone off on that date.
If it's close to the use-by date, sometimes I don't even worry about it because I know it will last longer than what is on the use-by date.
So I think when the best before is there, it's for something, it's for a good reason, I believe, you know.
I would check before I bought it, but sometimes if I would buy some things, maybe like yogurt, if I've had it in the fridge, I still might use it, but not for too many days.
I believe in eating all my food, so sometimes, but yeah, if it's bad, it's bad. But I don't throw food out just because of a date. I have to check it first.
Well, Dan Cludre runs an online shop which sells food close to or past its best before date, and Julia Glotz is a fresh food editor of The Grocer magazine. Morning to you both. Thanks for joining us. Let's just be clear here. There is a difference between use by and best before, isn't there? And it's kind of key.
Absolutely. Use by is about food safety. So you'll get it on, as you mentioned earlier, foods that are highly perishable and that could give you food poisoning if you eat them out of date. Best before, you'll get on stuff with longer shelf life, your tinned foods, for instance, and they're really about quality rather than safety.
Okay.
Do you hold much with best before, Dan?
How do you mean?
Well, you like to eat food past its date, don't you?
Like it's not. But yes, yeah.
You're known for it.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think we should be getting rid of the best before date?
I don't think we should get rid of it altogether. I think what's needed is just the nation educating as to what best before date really means. You know, like it's just about the optimum quality.
Okay, so how old do you eat food then?
Well, I mean, like when we're buying, you know, like in your own mind's eye, you know that you don't want to be eating something past like a year or something like that.
Right.
But you've got to ask yourself, if you buy some beans, and they've been on a shelf for 2 years, does it make a difference if it goes a week after that date of what it says on the actual can?
Okay.
So and that's the areas we go and play in. Like we've got to be educating people.
Yeah. So here you brought some stuff in this morning. You've got some jelly babies here, best before January 2011. And some biscuits best before also January 2011. Julia, would you be tempted to?
I'll be brave.
Go on,
I don't want to poison you on air or anything.
What would you prefer?
You don't.
I'll go for a jelly baby.
Okay,
Thank
best
you.
before. So it's 3 months past its best before date. Must be well past its sell-by date as well, or would it be?
Well, sell-by date, yeah, absolutely. Sell-by and display until, again, that's a third type of label, and that's really about information for the retailer to help the retailer decide exactly how long they're meant to keep certain foods on shelf.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't resist it.
So wait, hold on to that one. Just put it back on there. So that's where you'll poison the rest of us, really. But there's really nothing wrong with this food, is there?
It's perfect. It's absolutely
So
perfect.
these biscuits are what, best before January 2011, aren't they, as well?
That's right, yes.
Okay, can you tell the difference or not?
No, you can't. I mean, it all depends on how all these goods are all stored. And the one thing that we don't do is take anything that's been manhandled. All this stock is all coming from like a sort of like cool warehouse. So.
There were a lot of emails about this, Julia, this morning. Somebody saying best before date should be scrapped as fruit and veg will last well over the date if you put it in the chiller drawer. There's too much waste.
I think that actually raises a key point. I think especially when you're talking about fresh fruit and veg, loose fruit and veg in particular, getting people to understand how to store things properly is just as important as it is for people to be clear about the difference between use by and best before dates. So, I don't think it's about getting rid of dates altogether, but it is about making sure that people get the most out of the products they buy by storing them appropriately as well.
How much difference does it make in cost? If you're buying things that are past their best before date, presumably they're quite a lot cheaper, are they?
Yeah, so the average spend is about £35 with us, and the average person saves about £60 to £80 on their shopping. Yeah, so like if you buy something for £30, it's actually worth about 100.
Right.
Yeah. And you sell food online, I think it is.
That's right.
That is past its best before.
Well, like it's short-dated, you know, like we're working in that short-dated, you know, like as in like a month left and, you know, like possibly going over a month.
Just to clear it up for me, Julia, as well, I know we can eat it after the best before date, but when does it become dangerous even after that date? Do you see what I mean?
Well, that really isn't captured by the best before date.
It is.
That's why it is not captured by the best before date. That's why you then need to use your common sense and still, you know, make sure you look at the food and you smell the food. But really the food safety claim is the use by date.
Right, okay.
What is the oldest food that you've eaten?
There's videos of me online eating a Mars bar that's a year out of date. Absolutely perfect.
You probably wouldn't think much of that, to be honest with you. If 20 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you not have some Scotch broth that was...
Yeah, well, like, we've got like an online campaign now where if we get to like a certain target, I'm going to eat some food from the 80s. Like, I think it's from the 80s because it predates any best before dates.
So
we've got
no
Scotch
idea.
broth, beans...
Just to prove the point.
Yes.
Have
They're
one
delicious.
Of your biscuits.
They're delicious.
There you go. Julie, you've got your
And very fine it is too.
Marvellous.
Thank you both.
All right.